We make our way down towards the Myrtle Beach area. Okay, let's have a look at the next 12 hours here as we go region by region into the Northeast. It's going to be hot, especially for places like Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Charleston, West Virginia, 91 degrees. So it's going to be very warm there. Showers and thunderstorms, they'll be scattered in nature here across the Northeast. The Southeast, you're going to see the same thing. Very, very hot, and those scattered showers and thunderstorms. The 90s, Jacksonville on into New Orleans, and we will have the humidity up there as well. So it's going to be oppressive for a lot of you along the coast. And as we take you into the Midwest here, our temperature is really not too shabby, though ahead of this front, we will see the warm air, and we will see that chance for some stronger thunderstorms, as Jen was just focusing on a little bit earlier. And into Texas here, deep into the heart of Texas, still seeing those showers and storms. Everything's moving east, so we're going to be clearing out, which is a good news. So we have that sunshine from Wichita to Dallas all the way back into Albuquerque. All right, I'm going to send it over to Al to wrap up the show. Roker.
Steph, thanks, and thank you for starting your Monday morning with us. AMHQ coming up next, helping you keep ahead of today's severe threat with Jen Delgado and Sam Champion in studio. Jim Cantori out in the field. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. Hope you'll join us then. Until then, have a great day, everybody.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Good Monday morning. It is Monday, the 11th of May, and let's get everybody going and make this day amazing. But boy, do we have a rough start. All four seasons collide, and the result is destruction. Take a listen.
There goes the school. There goes the school.
Tornado terror. You just saw the roof come off a school there. Students were sheltered inside. 71 reports of tornadoes in just 2 days. Now, up to 50 million of us at risk today, from Texas to Michigan for severe storms. Hey, some furious flooding, even overnight, consuming entire neighborhoods. These men just had to get taken off the roof of their truck to safety. Floodwaters, people evacuated from the tops of their homes as well. This is something to see. And the snow won't go. In South Dakota, we've seen up to 15 inches of snow. NWS says it's a record, more than a 125-year-old record there. 9 inches in parts of Colorado, plus the tropical threat. 3 weeks before the official start of the season, the first, the earliest, the farther north. You're looking at Anna, making it cloudy and gray, and we've got some big-time rain on the coast of the Carolinas as well to get you through. Hey, we've got all kinds of coverage this morning. Enriquez Rodriguez is on her way into the storm zone this morning. We've got that dense fog into the Northeast. And by the way, Enriquez is in a car on her way to Van, Texas this morning, and you won't believe what she's going to show us. Jim Cantori leaves our coverage in the plains this morning, live from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Scott Newell is in Rapid City, South Dakota for that early snow. Jen Carfagno is tracking the brand new threats of the day. Our expert in studio today with a lot of explaining to do. But right now, reports of a multi-vortex tornado a quarter-mile wide ripping the roof off that high school in Lake City, Iowa last night. About 150 people were inside that auditorium for an award ceremony when the tornado hit. That twister left a path of damage 2 blocks wide. Now, baseball-sized hail also fell in Iowa. Hey, Jim Cantori's been tracking the tornadoes all weekend long for us. 71 reports, Jim. Jim, what are you seeing this morning now?
Well, I mean, we're behind the cold front now here, Sammy. That's why, we got the down jacket on, so it's a little bit chilly. Temperatures barely 50 degrees in the Tulsa area this morning, so not surprising. This is what we're going to see. We're going to watch this cold air kind of transition, and thank goodness, especially for places like Oklahoma that have been just incredibly waterlogged over the past 7 days. You're going to see a map I have during this hour that shows you about 12 to 18 inches just in the Norman and Moore areas. I mean, just phenomenal rainfall. We've had about a third, just to put this in perspective for you, in Oklahoma City, we've had about a third of the yearly average in 10 days. All right, so that's where we're at with rainfall here. You saw the rescues play out yesterday in Dallas. Last week, Sam, we talked about how we would be so close to 2 seasons with this storm, how we would have snow and tornadoes very close to each other. Well, check this out. I want to show you just how close they were. This is a graphic that Brandon Wright made. Thank you, Catherine, for helping him get that thing done. And you can see here we're just about 40 miles. So there's the snow report just east of Interstate 25. And there's the tornado report that we had as well. So both of these happening in the same day with very, very dramatic results, obviously. Big snow in the mountains the farther up you go. And we had several reports in eastern Colorado as a result of that. Let's take a look at Shreveport this morning. The big area of rainfall in eastern Texas and western Louisiana continues to charge toward the east. This will be the trend, guys, going forward. We'll continue to watch this area trend to the forward. But Shreveport, you're getting out of the rain now. And Torcons today, not as high as we've seen, but they're not zero. They're not zero. So you can see what we're talking about. We're bringing these Torcon numbers up into Michigan. So they're the highest Torcons we've got today. 4 in southern Michigan, northeast Indiana, and also northern Ohio. 3 down through western parts of Kentucky, and then all the way down in toward southeast Texas on the tail end of the front. As a matter of fact, there's a huge storm now down there in South Texas that's probably producing at least some very, very heavy rainfall and some damaging winds, at least the potential thereof, as it continues to pull off toward the east. So a pretty active day coming up here, Sam, we think, once again, at least for Oklahoma, though. This is the first time that I've not seen the state in some type of risk, even marginal, for thunderstorms. A chance to dry out from what has been a phenomenal first 10 days of May, actually past 7 in the Oklahoma City metro area.
Yeah,
back to
Jim,
you, buddy.
Just unbelievable, man. Just unbelievable. I know you were cranking the workout this weekend. Hey, let's take that radar tour that Jim's talking about right now. Jen, we might as well walk people through what's going on live, right? And so we'll start with what's happening in Texas right now. Ryan, just go ahead and zoom into that puppy and let's take this thing on. So you can see in West Texas, that's a pretty powerful little line right there. We do have that severe thunderstorm warning out for those areas, and that will continue until that storm continues to move completely out of the box. Give it another, I'm going to say, more than 30 minutes. It's moving because it's moving east at about 25 miles an hour. Let's continue the track on that storm all the way into East Texas.
Yeah, and we show you that we're looking for areas including College Station and over towards Huntsville. This is the line of storm that we're looking at. Some of that good hail out there, as well as some pockets of some of that stronger wind moving into Shreveport. We're looking at 20, even up towards 30. We're going to time out this line, and anywhere right along it, that's where we're going to see those strongest winds as we see that moving into areas like Monroe just before 7 o'clock. And keep in mind, of course, we're talking Central Time, and then Natchez right around 9:35. So heads up for you if you're on that commute from 20 from areas including parts of Jackson as well through the morning. Memphis.
Yeah, that moves all the way up from Memphis into the Boot Heel. So those storms are alive. Let's just swap east. Well, I'm going to make you a little dizzy right now because we're going to kind of swing toward the east right now and look at what's going on with Anna, because these are some powerful thunderstorms and some very heavy rain that's still right along the Carolina coastline. Angie, you told me that we had some pictures in Norfolk this morning. Got to get you ready for your drive. You can see how Norfolk went to light rain just an hour ago. It was a little bit heavier. Now you're going to watch some of that motion swing in. Some of the stronger stuff that's offshore will swing in a little bit later today. So that's the way it looks in
You're
Norfolk.
really going to see those clouds getting darker as we go through. Can't rule out the chance of maybe an isolated tornado possibly too. We still got that spin out there.
All right, let's get back into Texas this morning. That tornado reported overnight, Texas last night, causing damage in the small town, just a small town called Van, southeast of Dallas. Now, Anaritis Rodriguez is there this morning. Anaritis, I know you're on your way into it. You left Dallas this morning, and we did the drive because it was late last night, certainly after the sunset, that these folks went through this round of storms.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning, Sam. Good morning to you at home. Those storms rolling through while a lot of people were sleeping on Sunday night. We got to Dallas around 6 o'clock Sunday evening, and the same line of thunderstorms that hit Van, Texas, hit Dallas just around 8 o'clock last night. But we have made it into Van. Right now, I'm in the center of town. I'm looking at the mobile communication and command center for the county, the Tyler Fire Department. The Van Zandt County Fire Marshal is here. Emergency operators out in full force trying to scope the damage, trying to survey the damage and help people. We know that 26 people were injured and taken into local hospitals overnight after severe storms rolled through the area. We're not far from the zone basically ground zero here in Van, where people were displaced. We're hearing reports of at least a third of the buildings in town, the structures impacted or sustaining some form of damage from these severe storms. We know that the fire marshal is going to update the media in the next 15 minutes, so we're going to bring you the latest information here from Van. I'm also standing on the grounds of the First Baptist Church, which is in a staging center and a shelter. About 100 people were told seek refuge overnight in this Red Cross shelter. I'm going to continue to give you as many updates as I can through Twitter, Sam. We have a team headed here, and we're going to try to get those live pictures as soon as we can, but there's no power in the town. Emergency crews are trying to restore power. There is no cell phone service. It's very shoddy. So I'm standing in one place because I only have one bar, Sam. So we're going to try to get as much information to you as soon as we can. But I must say that there have been 3 deaths linked to this round of severe storms. One in Corsicana,
Texas, and
just south of us. 2 in Arkansas.
2 in Arkansas. All right, Ana Rodriguez on the ground. And, of course, A-Rod moving so fast, the satellite truck that will get her signal out is behind her. So we'll give you more information as soon as we get that shot set up for you this morning. And though it feels like summer in some places, it is full-on winter. 6 to 15 inches of snow.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Nine minutes after the hour, and yeah, we've had some big-time storms and even big-time snow to get into, but the Northeast this morning, as you're waking up, we've got some fog. It's going to be very dense. We got Long Island involved in this, and also coastal Connecticut as well. Those temperatures, though, wait till you see how it's going to be. 10 to 20 degrees above the normal mark. Hey, Jen, are you ready to do your temperature hit?
Of course I'm ready to do my hit
All
right now.
You want to come through the glass doors and be here? All right, awesome. Good morning to you. How's it going?
Blast on a It's good. I'm feeling good, all right? So let's talk about New York City. You see the cloudy skies out there, but as we show you, we are looking at temperatures this morning that actually are very close to what your high should be across parts of the Northeast. Look at this. We're looking at numbers in the upper 60s, 70 degrees in Philadelphia, 71 degrees in New York, much cooler up towards the north, including Bangor, Maine. Now, as we go throughout the afternoon, temperatures are going to be soaring. We're going to see numbers, and some of these locations running 15 to 20 degrees above average. Talking to you in Pittsburgh, 88 degrees for high in Albany, and then notice for areas including Boston, you're going to climb today to 77 degrees. As we look ahead and show you what is going on, we still, of course, have that boundary system there. This is what's going to be happening as we go through early this week, but ridge of high pressure over towards the east, low to the west. Well, this is pumping in all that southerly flow. You think today is going to be hot. Well, wait until you see tomorrow. These numbers, they're going to feel like almost mid-July temperatures. Showing you tomorrow, high temperature 88 degrees in New York. Can you believe you're going to be very close to 90 degrees, and we're still talking just May. Boston 84 for you, 91 in D.C. Got to check D.C. I don't think you've actually quite made it to 91. I know you've been rather close. As we look ahead for the forecast for New York, it looks like the 80s around. Notice we cool things off, and then behind that front, we'll look at temperatures actually in the 70s, very close to average, but you still have 2 very warm days, unusually warm for the month of May.
88 degrees, Jen. 88.
And see, you thought I wasn't ready.
No, I knew you were ready. I just wondered. I just didn't see you. I'm like, wait, is Jen coming out?
I'm always with you,
coming out?
I'm
All right,
always
here we
with
go.
you.
Let's get you going. It feels more like January than May in many places in South Dakota. Record snowfall. We're talking anywhere from 6 to 15 inches of snow in the area. NWS put out a statement saying this is a record, 125-year record slam there. Scott Newell is live in Rapid City. And Scott, they've been working those plows all all night long, actually, to try to get to the bridges first and the overpasses as well. Morning, Scott.
Good morning. They've been pretty successful at it too. Take a look at I-90 right behind me. Now you see a lot of snow on the, on the grassy areas there, but the streets are clear. People are moving very well. A little bit of snow right here, remnants of yesterday. We got 13.6 inches of snow from Winter Storm Venus. That is the second snowiest May snowstorm. The record was set back in 1905 for this particular area as well. But yesterday was a different story. Oh boy, it started to snow on Saturday at midday. It just kept going for about 18 hours straight. That combined with 20 to 30 mile an hour winds, it was sloppy. The roads were slushy. They were freezing. It was awful. For Mother's Day, trying to get out for lunch or dinner, you couldn't dress up well. You had to put winter clothes on because it was a mess. They had I-90 closed for a short time. They were able to reopen it though. Now, Mount Rushmore in the Black Hills National Forest, it was actually pretty nice up there. It was pretty. A lot of snow, about 15 inches of snow up there, but there was a power outage. It shut down the park there for access to the public. So a lot of people who wanted to go see Mount Rushmore could not get in. Now the good news is that this morning, that power outage, we understand, has been fixed. So they're trying to open the park. We don't know yet if it's going to be open today, but if you want to go up there, make sure you call ahead. A good idea. Now let's check about what's going on right now. Here in Rapid City, only one school delay that we know of. So kids, sorry about that. Parents and teachers, I'm sure you're pretty happy about that. But all around here, the roads are pretty clear, the side streets are pretty clear. I talked to the sheriff up in Lead, and that's about 45 minutes north of here, northwest of here, up on 90, and they say that the roads there are still pretty slushy. So, and if you're thinking this is the latest snowstorm here in Rapid City, nope. In June of 1969, on the 13th, it snowed here. So, 2 years after the Summer of Love, the June of snow. Sam, back to you.
Let's not hope that's repeated. I got to tell you, June snow. Okay, dramatic rescues for folks stranded by flash flooding and torrential rains in Texas. More pictures to show you this morning. This rescue in Crum, that's about an hour outside of Dallas. You may remember Crum had a week of storms last week as well. The National Guard rescuing 5 people at that home, and they were standing on top of the roof as the water swirls around below them, including the folks rescued from the front door, a woman and her 5-month-old girl.
Yeah, that flooding video right there, I mean, just so dramatic there. But, right now we also want to talk more about actually some of the social pictures that have been coming in, of some of the damage that we've seen out there. We're talking right now, we look at the fog across parts of the Northeast and the fog across areas out of New York. And this is how your morning is starting off. That is allegedly the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you can see the base anyway. But it's a beautiful shot. The problem is all this is hanging around the water. So not only around the harbor, but you've also got some out on Long Island and around anywhere, also coastal Connecticut this morning. So just give it a little extra care as you're driving. These images are the ones that came in from what is possible tornado damage overnight in these storms that move through Van. So you're looking at a lot of rough images now that we're just going to get some daylight on. And you're going to see it first this morning as Anaritis moves into that area.
Those storms moved through late last night, right around 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And it's not just Van. We also have some damage out of Iowa as well. We're going to continue to show you those photos, but we continue to track the threat for severe weather.
All right, we're on it. We'll make sure that you're out the door and ready to go today and tell you where the new storms are.
You totaled your brand new car. Nobody's hurt, but there will still be pain. It comes when your insurance company says they'll only pay 3/4 of what it takes to replace it. What are you supposed to do? Drive 3/4 of a car? Now, if you had Liberty Mutual new car replacement, you'd get your whole car back. I guess they don't want you driving around on 3 wheels. Smart.
With Liberty Mutual new car replacement, we'll replace the full value of your car. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Meet Kyle. You name it. Dust, pollen,
and pet dander.
He's allergic to it. Stanley Steamer is the first carpet cleaning service to be certified asthma and allergy friendly, eliminating an average of 94% of common household allergens like dust, pollen, and pet dander for a cleaner, healthier home.
Goodbye, Mr. Steamer.
Bye, Kyle. Call now about our $99 carpet cleaning special.
Call 1-800-STEAMER. Stanley Steamer, your certified cleaner.
Maxwell's is now open in the Driftwood Plaza of Jupiter. Gold, silver, coins, diamonds, jewelry, paintings, and objects of art. If you don't want it or wear it, sell it to Maxwell's. We buy and sell diamonds of all sizes, clarity, and condition up to 10 carats in size and above. We have decades of experience buying and selling gold, coins, diamonds, and objects of art. Maxwell's, located in the Driftwood Plaza on US 1 in Jupiter, Florida.
Nutrition Smart wants you to be smart with your nutrition. Save more this month with 20% off Thursdays. That's right, get 20% off store-wide every Thursday this month. Shop the latest in organic fruits and vegetables, the largest selection of vitamins and supplements, and a variety of natural health and beauty supplies. Be smart at Nutrition Smart. Opposite side from Publix next to ABC Liquors in Palm Beach Gardens. Nutrition Smart.
Oh, sorry, my babes are all crazy. I was just jumping.
You know, this sets women back like 30 years.
This is the only cardio I will do! Into the jungle! Behold! Crushed it.
Rated PG-13.
Stay tuned for your local on the 8s, brought to you by Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
Red Nose Day, a national event to help lift children out of poverty. It's easy. Support Red Nose Day at Walgreens and start making a difference. It's a good laugh for a good cause. Tune in on May 21st to watch the Red Nose Day benefit live on NBC.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Well, we started off 2015 below average in tornadoes for the first 3 months, about average in the month of April, and now we are ahead of average for the month of May. Forbes' latest count, about 118, 119 tornadoes and counting. The good news is, as we go through this week, it certainly looks like things are going to slow down a little bit until we get to Friday and Saturday. We could be talking about outbreak, but that's the month of May. It features a lot of tornadoes. It is the busiest tornado month. Good morning from Tulsa, guys. We are post-frontal this morning. All the action is shifted to our east today, so that means the thunderstorm threat has also shifted to the east. This could actually be, of the next 4 days, the busiest day in terms of thunderstorms because we still have the warm, moist air out there. We've still got the upper air energy as well, but it's just shifting off to the east. Let's show you the thunderstorm outlook for today. You can see what we're talking about. Today, we bring our highest Torcon numbers up to southern Michigan, up to northeast Indiana and northern Ohio. That's where we're going to talk about a 4 there, down through western Kentucky. 3s tailing all the way back into South Texas, where there's action this morning. We are sitting at a 3 again. We're going to talk at the bottom of the hour about the phenomenal rainfall that's accompanied the first 10 days of May, and I think you're going to be absolutely blown away here. But other than that, it's so nice to see Oklahoma and also parts of even North Texas getting a chance to dry out and not have a severe risk for a few days in through here. We start ramping it up, though, by the time we head into Friday and Saturday. Could be a possible outbreak coming on both of those days. All right, let's bring in Jen Carfagna for the details about today. Jen, a little different type of severe threat today, but certainly when we look at the tornado threat, it is not zero, is it? It's just shifted a little bit for us.
Well, exactly. It shifted regions. You know, the past couple of days, really the last week, it has been in the areas that we typically and traditionally look at for severe weather in May. But now we're going up into the upper Midwest, and we're going into parts of the Ohio Ohio Valley today. And also what's going to be causing today's severe weather is a bit different as well. I want to talk about that. We're going to see our front moving in, the same front that moved through and cleared Cantoria out there in Tulsa and cleared out Oklahoma City. Ahead of it, we'll see thunderstorms developing today and moving to the east. We're also going to be watching for a lot of low-level flow, lots of warm, moist air coming into this area again today. And winds at the surface, the low-level jet, the upper-level winds here, there's not a tremendous amount of directional shear, meaning winds are not changing dramatically in direction with height, but they are increasing with height. And that's going to be the reason why we see these spin-ups today in the atmosphere and see that risk for severe weather. You see that upper trough building in across the area, and that's, again, one of the focuses. We had this area of low pressure over North Dakota, and that's been one of the things we talked about all weekend with the snow and the severe in such close proximity. It is wound up and stacked up, as one of the National Weather Service offices put, and it really is going to be a factor in this big trough here moving east here. That's going to be one of the reasons why we see severe weather, and the main reason really in the parts of lower Michigan, Indiana. Right now, what we're watching is some thunderstorm activity around St. Louis, but moving east. We should not see severe weather in St. Louis today. The front is on its way through, and later this morning, once it does get through, we'll be looking at improvement there. And Chicago, I would say the same thing for you. You might get a couple of thunderstorms later this morning here to your south and east especially. But in terms of the severe weather risk areas, we're watching portions of lower Michigan down into Ohio and Indiana for this afternoon and early evening. And really things are matching up in terms of timing. So we'll have some time this afternoon for the sun to come out and destabilize the atmosphere, warm things up. When we get that cluster of storms that we're tracking right now and the energy from that to move up into Indiana and into lower Michigan, that's when we're going to be watching for sort of all the peak heating of the day to come into play, as well as the energy in the atmosphere to come and mix together, and we'll see that risk for thunderstorms turning severe. This morning it has been in Texas and the San Antonio area still under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock. And Jim, severe weather, yes, in Texas in terms of hail or damaging winds, but the rain has just been so tremendous, and that continues to be a threat in Texas again today.
Absolutely. We're going to show you a couple of maps regionally here during the next block that are just going to blow your mind for the kind of rainfall that we've gotten in through here. Both Sam and Jen, how incredible was that yesterday? Yeah. And I had to do a double take when I was reading about this to see this 10:30 in the morning tornado in South Dakota. And it wasn't just a little tornado. I mean, it caused damage and injuries as well. I mean, so, Sam, we always talk about tornadoes are usually an afternoon, evening event, not in the situation and the setup that we had yesterday. This was 10:30 in the morning in South Dakota. Amazing.
Yeah. This is a very wild pattern, Jim. I mean, we've got very cold air, witness the snow. Yeah. We've got really warm air, witness the 80s and 90s. It's really clashing and moving. Jen and I were talking about this. Yes, it's May, but it's been very quiet. So let's get everybody thinking about the new. And the new is a very active week for storms. Jim's exactly right. They're coming in morning, noon, and night. So we want you to be ready for them. And they're not all concentrated in the south. Hey, Jim, let's look a little bit at what's going on in the East Coast right now at the Carolinas. Wrightsville Beach, North Carolina, seeing the effects of some very heavy rain. Norfolk, we've got very heavy rain in your forecast as well. We'll have the details.
Lennox makes the most energy efficient system you can find, which means the appliance you use the most will also save you the most.
For more information, contact your local Lennox dealer.
It's more than a network and the cloud. It's reliable uptime and multi-layered security. It's how you stay connected to each other and to your customers. With CenturyLink, you get advanced technology solutions, including an industry-leading broadband network and cloud and hosting services, all with dedicated, responsive support. With CenturyLink as your trusted technology partner, you're free to focus on growing your business. CenturyLink, your link to what's next.
I got red dirt stains on my boots and jeans, callous fingers from my guitar strings, wild like the wind in the tall pine trees. I got roots and I got wings.
Anyone have occasional constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating?
Yes.
One Phillips Colon Health probiotic cap each day helps defend against these occasional digestive issues with 3 types of good bacteria. Live the regular life. Phillips.
open road. It takes on many forms, from the scenic highways to the rugged trails, from the sand-covered to the well-traveled. They lead us to the beauty of nature and the beauty of simple pleasures. The open road is alive and well and waiting to take us to pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
Fleas and ticks are like vampires, but not the good kind. Fortunately, PetSmart has lots of flea and tick products. Did you know that flea babies eat their mom's poop?
My. At PetSmart, save up to $10 on Canine Advantix 2 6-packs, and Bayer will donate a treatment to PetSmart charities, because pethood needs a partner.
Termites like to use stealth. They live underground and build mud tubes, little tunnels made of chewed wood, mud, and I say this delicately, their poop. To sneak into your home. But I know all about their covert operations. Using my flow meter, I apply the proper amount your home needs to help keep them from breaking and entering. To catch a pest, you have to think like a pest. Not just for any home. For your home. Orkin. Pest control down to a science.
Can a protein originally found in a jellyfish improve your memory? Our scientists say yes. Researchers have discovered a protein that actually supports healthier brain function. It's the breakthrough in a supplement called Prevagen. As we age, we lose proteins that support our brain. Prevagen supplements these proteins and has been clinically shown to improve memory. It's safe and effective. For support of healthier brain function, a sharper mind, and clearer thinking, try Prevagen for yourself today.
Marcus Lemonis puts up his own money to save failing businesses. The Profit season premiere tomorrow at 10, only on CNBC.
Currently in our area, 78 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Twenty-nine minutes after the hour, I'm Sam. There's Jim right there live this morning as he's been all week. Wow, Jim, last week and all weekend long. Jim's in Tulsa. What a weekend. Hey, let's show you the all four seasons box here. Spring temperatures, severe storms in one area. You've got the storms there. Then you've got the record snowfall, anywhere from 6 to 15 inches of snow, Jim, in South Dakota. That is unbelievable. It looks like full-on winter.
I mean, it was unreal, but I think to get 4 seasons in one, you're going to have a pretty extreme event like we had in through here. But you remember, Stan, the map that I showed you at the top of the hour that showed really only 40 miles in eastern Colorado where we had the snow versus the tornado report. We had the same thing yesterday in South Dakota in the morning. But there was 8 inches of snow in Phillips, South Dakota, versus the big tornado that we had at 10:30 in the morning, which the location escapes me right now, off in southeastern Oklahoma. But still, or southeastern South Dakota, but just still amazing to see not just Colorado, but also South Dakota in that realm.
Yeah.
Things definitely changing today, and the good news is in all these areas we're on an improving trend.
Yeah, and the southern boxes in the 4 box there included the tropical system that was on the coastline, and still we've got some very heavy rain coming from that during the day today. And you've got a little fog into the northeast and the big warm-up temperature. So, Jen, let's get everybody going on the biggest stories on the board today. You've got them well represented in the big picture.
Yeah, we have some huge beach stories that we're tracking out there. And of course, we continue with our threat for severe weather out there. But look what's happening on the floor. Yes, see that upper level low? You see that spin there? And if you notice, it goes all the way down towards Texas, but still in parts of the plains, we're actually still holding on to some of that snow on the backside of that low. As we look ahead and kind of show you what's been going on for today. Of course, we're going to be looking at the threat for severe weather, but it is going to be smoking hot out there. Some of these locations, temperatures in the 80s, close to seeing some of these regions with their first 90s of the season. By tomorrow, we're going to be looking at some temperatures, pretty much what it should feel like when it's talking in the middle of July. Severe weather threat. Here it is from Texas up towards parts of the Ohio Valley, the Great Lakes. Great Lakes, that's where we're going to see the greatest threat. That's where we have that upper level low and the surface low, and that's where we're going to see potentially few isolated tornadoes out there. We have some torcons today right around 4. And then the third story, of course, Anna right now actually just basically spinning off the coast, or should say made its way inland across parts of the Carolinas. We'll continue to see that dissipating, but the problem is we're still going to squeeze out about another 1 to 3 inches of rainfall out there for today, tomorrow. Of course, you could see a few of those storms getting a little bit punchy at times. Right now, we'll send it over to you, Sam.
All right, Jen, and everything you just showed us of what is to come all started with the wild weekend of weather that we had, all 4 seasons slamming together, and the result? Take a look. All seasons clashing this weekend: tornadoes, flooding, severe weather, Winter Storm Venus, and Tropical Storm Anna.
It's touching down. I can see it.
In Texas, a tornado killing 1 person and critically injuring 1 other in Cisco Saturday. More than 40 reports of tornadoes in parts of 5 states for Saturday in Colorado, Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. Then Sunday, a tornado-warned storm racing into Denton, Texas, ripping up trees and damaging homes. Torrential flooding following right behind, with dangerous and dramatic water rescues. This rescue chopper hoisting a young mother and her baby to safety, floodwaters consuming their home. Just an hour later, that same helicopter plucking these 2 men from the roof of their truck as floodwaters swamp it. Meanwhile, in Colorado, families pumping water out of their homes.
Pretty shocking to wake up and see your basement filling up with water.
Just a few miles away, crews clearing the snow from Denver's Coors Field, where the Rockies then hosted the Dodgers on Sunday. It's Winter Storm Venus, springtime blizzard warnings just 400 miles north in Rapid City, South Dakota. The city packing on 13.5 inches of snow, making it their second heaviest May snowstorm on record. From a winter storm to a tropical storm. Tropical Storm Anna making landfall early Sunday morning in South Carolina and clobbering area beaches.
Oh, it's not our ideal vacation, but we booked it in January, so we decided to come on down and make the best of it.
And that wild weather continues this morning. We have a brand new severe thunderstorm warning right now for Polk County in Texas. Look at the eastern side of the Texas, and what we can do is zoom right in there for you. So Polk County involved in this. Corrigan, Seven Oaks, you've got it. This is all out until 7 o'clock in the morning Central Time. So you're looking at Corrigan at the top of the box right there, West Livingston at the bottom of the box, and all of that. Look at the little squiggly front line there. You're looking at the difference. Wow, Ryan, you're kidding me. When you put on those lightning strikes, you can't even see the thunderstorm underneath that. The flashing yellow is the live. No. Ryan's like, don't worry, I'll clear it. I'm like, no, this is incredible. The lightning strikes are live and the yellow flashes. The dated ones are the ones that stay in white right there. Corrigan, you're under the threat. Make sure you are in the right area to get through this storm. Don't move outside until it passes.
Can't believe how good these Kevin Durant signature slushes are. Kev, show them how you dunk on a slush. Yeah. Waboosh!
Oh, is that it? You really hang out with this guy?
Waboosh!
Up your game with the new Kevin Durant signature candy slush. This is how you Sonic.
Doers. They don't worry if something's possible. They just do it. At Sears Optical, we're committed to bringing them eyewear that works as hard as they do. Right now, save up to $200 on eyeglasses. Quality eyewear for doers. Sears Optical.
If you're an adult with type 2 diabetes and your A1C is not at goal with certain diabetes pills or daily insulin, your doctor may be talking about adding medication to help lower your A1C. Ask your doctor if adding once-a-week Tanzium is right for you. Once-a-week Tanzium is an injectable prescription medicine that may improve blood sugar in adults with type 2 diabetes, along with diet and exercise. Once-a-week Tanzium works by helping your body release its own natural insulin when it's needed. Tansium is not recommended as the first medicine to treat diabetes or in people with severe stomach or intestinal problems. Tansium is not insulin. It is not used to treat type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis and has not been studied with mealtime insulin. Do not take Tansium if you or your family have a history of medullary thyroid cancer or multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you're allergic to Tansium or any of its ingredients. Stop using Tansium and call your doctor right away if you experience symptoms of an allergic reaction, which may include itching, rash, or difficulty breathing. If you have signs of pancreatitis, such as severe stomach pain that will not go away and may move to your back, with or without vomiting. Or if you have symptoms of thyroid cancer, which include a lump or swelling in your neck, hoarseness, trouble swallowing, or shortness of breath. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions and all medicines you're taking. And if you're nursing, pregnant, or may become pregnant. Taking Tansium with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases your risk for low blood sugar. Common side effects with Tansium include diarrhea, nausea, injection site reactions, cough, back pain, and cold or flu symptoms. Some serious side effects can lead to dehydration, which may cause kidney failure. Ask your doctor if adding once a week Tansium is right for you. Go to Tansium.com to learn if you may be eligible to receive Tansium free for 12 months. Make every week a Tansium week.
Heartburn. Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
We could tell you about the years of research and development. How we forged advanced high-strength steel to make the frame stronger yet lighter. The countless hours spent testing the suspension and tuning every sound from the engine to the trunk. But until you get behind the wheel, you have no idea. The completely redesigned Hyundai Sonata.
Fat Guys in the Woods, new season June 7th on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 79 degrees under partly cloudy skies. Today, sun and clouds mixed. A stray shower or thunderstorm is possible. High 86. Tonight, partly cloudy skies. Low 76. Winds east-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms in the morning, then partly cloudy for the afternoon. High 86. Chance of rain 40%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Minutes after the hour, clean up this morning. Texas, and we're talking about North Texas, Dallas-Fort Worth area, Denton in particular, cleaning up the damage. You're looking right now in Denton, where a reported tornado took the roof off a lot of buildings and damaged some homes there. Denton had reported wind gusts of 60+ miles an hour. Now let's go into Corsicana, Texas. Reports of more than 24 cars abandoned in high water. I-45 shut down for a few hours last night, now trying to reopen this morning, but look at all that standing water. And then also right now we've got some new pictures from Van. This is in Texas. This is as the light comes up. Remember, these storms after 8 o'clock last night, so evening had already passed. These are the first looks at the storm damage as you get some daylight in the area. KXAS is there. Our Ana Ritis Rodriguez is there. Ana Ritis is now telling us she's talking to officials this morning. We've got cameras on the ground right there. 10 people unaccounted for so far in Van. We're going to get the full story. She's talking to him right now, and we know we have had one death in that area. She'll report for us for just a moment. More than 100 people were inside. Have you seen these pictures yet? Central Calhoun High School in Lake City, Iowa. This is all happening for an award ceremony, the Baccalaureate Awards. This is the roof coming off that building that those people were in for the award ceremony. I'll tell you, when that tornado took off, remarkably, because these people were inside, there was not a single injury reported. Dave Burks is going to tell this the story. Dave, your wife Jill, you were there for Haley, your daughter Haley, who's a senior there. So Dave, you guys are, it's unbelievable. I'm looking at the debris suspended in the air as you guys are in the building. So let's talk about how you got to the basement to make it through this thing.
The coordinator of the event was notified that there had been a touchdown and a tornado not far away, and so everybody quickly was escorted down to lower levels of the facility. And we were down there, 5 minutes, give or take, and the lights went off, and you could just tell the change in air pressure. Everybody's ears kind of popped. And then for about, only 5-10 seconds, you heard that train roar they talk about, and just like that, it was over. And after just a couple minutes, they notified us that we could leave, but to be careful because the tornado had hit the school. So we went outside, and pretty amazing sight.
Unbelievable. So, all right, how many of you were down there in the basement, and how was everybody? Was everybody calm? You got hearing the stuff going on around you?
There was approximately in various areas, so I would say 150 to maybe even 200 people in locker rooms and storage areas down below. There's some people obviously shaken up with what was going on, and of course with all your cell phones and whatever, people are looking on radar and whatever, but everybody seemed to be fine.
Okay, and when you guys walk out, because you had just entered the building not long before that, and it looked completely different. So what was going through your mind as you're trying to make the adjustment to what happened outside?
Pretty incredible. I personally have never seen anything like that other than what you see on TV. There was insulation all over. The cars had been moved. The roof of the building was just all over. A big chunk of it was hung up in a tree. There were some power lines down. Just a pretty incredible sight.
Wow. All right. So Dave Burks, who is telling us the story, your wife, Jill, daughter Haley are all good. All your friends and family and everybody in the community that was in that building is all good, right?
Yeah, there was no reports of injury.
Fantastic. Dave, it's kind of unbelievable when you see what it looks like outside. Thanks for sharing the story, and some people who were thinking and got the information out and got everybody down to the basement. We've got an awful lot of images coming in, Jen, this morning, and one of them involving snow.
Yeah, involving snow in a big way out there. We're talking for areas across parts of Dakota. They've seen actually the 4th highest snow out for the season, as we should say for the record books. This is Deadwood, South Dakota. Look what a difference 24 hours makes. In parts of South Dakota, they picked up a foot of snowfall.
Is that the same street?
Yeah, it's the same quiet, pleasant street with now a bunch of snow madness there, and it's cold out there right now, 29 degrees in Deadwood. Now we go from the snow. We want to show you some more images, and this is actually kind of just really capturing the whole severe weather threat out there and some of those areas that we're also looking at reportedly some of the tornado damage. So this appears to be, it looks like a rescue there. You can see some of the water's kind of high there. Again, some homes are actually flooded. Emergency responders on the scene. So let's take you over right now and talk more of the other part of the stories. And we're going to look at the severe weather across parts of Texas. And in fact, we have in some of these locations actually severe thunderstorm watches that are going to go until 11 o'clock this morning. We started off with some severe thunderstorm warnings out there. In fact, they still are for the counties of Polk. You can see for the storm right here, making its way over towards the east. With this, we're going to be looking at some strong winds as well as potential for some of that hail out there. We'll be back with our severe weather threat right here on AMHQ. Stay with us.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
Come over here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, State Farm is there.
We all enter this world with a shout. Robert! And we see no reason to stop. So CVS Health is creating industry-leading programs and tools that help people stay on medicines as their doctors prescribed. It could help save